De Cordova-Reid, creator of the Leicester equaliser. El Khanous, how much room does he have here? El Khanous going for goal, and he finds it as well. What a turnaround here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
4 minutes, Leicester have soaked up so much pressure. Patawi jinking feet to get beyond his man, and the header from Jamie Vardy makes it 2.
It's Wood should score. Wood Knockout, yes! Yes! Anthony Knockout has done it.
Tielemans lining one up. What a goal! What a brilliant goal by Youri Tielemans! And the Leicester City fans go absolutely potty.
Ball in behind Damian Vardy. It's 11. It's heaven for Jamie Vardy. Hold the back page. Hold the front page. A Leicester player has smashed the record.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Tinted Glasses. It is match day. It's Leicester City versus Arsenal. What a big game it is in the Premier League, of course. Lots to talk about. Anil, come to you first, mate. How you doing? What's going on?
After listening to that countdown, Locks, how can you not be hype? I feel like I'm ready to go to war. Let's do this.
Yeah, that was the aim. That was the aim of the countdown. Let's get us all up for it.
Let's give some love to Chips. I don't know if he's in the chat or not, but Chips.
Legend. Absolute legend. Luke, mate, what's going on all the way from Australia? How you doing?
Good, mate. I'm in my classic wife beater. It's hot as shit, but yeah, other than that, mate, it's good. Feeling weirdly optimistic about today. I don't know why.
Oh, here we go again. God, no. Duck, mate, what's going on? How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, the lineup is not something that spurs confidence, right? But let's just see what happens and take it one game at a time.
That's it. We will as well shortly be joined by Master Happy Clapper himself, Manny. No, that's all a joke. Right, let's get into it. As always, first reaction, Anil, to the lineup on the right-hand side of the screen.
I'm not that surprised. I find it interesting though, because what I thought is that this lineup is going to tell you how we're going to play. So I actually thought we'd see Vestergaard start today. And the reason why I thought he would start is because I thought we might play deeper today than we would against most teams and look to play more on the break, which is what we did in the first game against Arsenal. But with Okoli and Fast, that says to me that he's going to try and play a high line. Is that a sensible idea to do against Arsenal? Up to you. What I will say, though, is that Arsenal themselves are missing a lot of players. So it's going to be an interesting game to see how it plays out. I mean, for what it's worth, Locks, of all the teams that we've played so far this season, even though Liverpool are top of the table, I felt when we were at the Emirates, I thought Arsenal were properly good. And we kind of got like Justin's wonder goal and everything, but they absolutely battered us relentlessly. They really looked like they were going to win the title that day. What's happened to them? I don't know. So they are a very good team, but with them missing those players, maybe it'll work. So let's see how it goes. My one fear is that we say it all the time, we don't have pace in the team. And I would have liked to see one of either Daka or Mabadidi in the team, just so we have one fast player. We don't really have any. That's my fear. Otherwise, I don't think it's too surprising.
Yep, quick shout out to everybody getting their comments in. Big shout out. Thank you so much. Make sure to get them in throughout the stream. If you're watching on X, head over to YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, get your comments and hit the like button. Roadhammer, I think he's joking around. He says, if Manny comes on the stream today, I'm going to unsubscribe. If you're being serious, though, Roadhammer, that might be best to unsubscribe because this channel is all about, everyone's opinions and everyone's views on the game. So if you want one way of thinking, then it's probably not the right channel for you. Chip says, seeing this lineup week in, week out is so depressing. Here he is, the big man Chips. What a guy, what a legend. Luke, the lineup, Hermanson, Justin, Fasakoli, Christiansen, Samare, and Didi El Khanous, De Cordova-Reid, Ayew, Vardy. Now, of course, Luke, I know that you're going to be absolutely buzzing with Ndidi, with El Khanous, with Vardy, but talk to me on your two favourite wingers in world football, Jordan Ayew and Bobby De Cordova-Reid.
I knew I was going to get asked that. I don't like it. And are we even going to get a chance to even play much of a high line? I don't think so, because the ball's going to be in our defense basically the whole entire game for the vast majority. I expect them to have a lot of possession. What annoys me is I understand where if you're going to sit deep, you want to have physical players. But the problem is that they were basically settling for a 0-0, and that's never going to happen. So in my opinion, you want to have pace in the wings. So if we're the limited time that we do have, if we want to hit them on the counter and hit them on transition, you want pace and you want wingers that are going to beat your fullbacks. and Ayew and Bobby Donkey over Reed are not those player profiles. So I don't understand it. You could make an argument for Ayew, or maybe he's going to win an aerial duel, or he's going to hold up the ball well. But what's he going to do once we hold the ball up well? He's slow. Any momentum is going to be broken down of him either playing a pass back or just holding the ball up with his pace. So I don't see the sense in it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just before we come to, actually, no, I'll come to you now, and then I'll segue. Doc, what stands out to you in that team? Obviously, Christensen is back in now for Thomas because I think Christensen maybe had a knock or something like that against Man United. He didn't play. Vestergaard, we believed, also had a knock or an injury against the Man United game, but he hasn't replaced Fass or Okoli. He's still, not come straight.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I would have liked Vestergaard to play alongside Okoli, I think, to highlight their different strengths, right, and hide each other's weaknesses. But it didn't happen. I think when you look at the team in terms of what we have available to us, we are close to as strong as you can. I think when you look at the players with Premier League quality, maybe you have 5-6 players actually in the squad who I believe can play at this level and compete, which is not often. I think we've been saying that over the holiday period and the January period. So that's at the very least a positive. I did just listen to an interview with Wes Hermansen on Prime Video where I can watch the game, right? And he said they've had a good week in training, and they came up with the stat as well. We haven't scored at home for the past 4 home games. That is a bit shocking. I think if you remove the FA Cup, it will be a bit different. That was 6 there, right? But outside of that, it will be it's desperate times, but at the very least, right? Hermansen sounded confidence, a good week in training, and obviously it's a bit of a mouthful playing against Arsenal. But as was said by Neil, right? They have some injuries, so it's probably one of the better times to face them. There's never a good time to face them currently, but a decent time.
Yeah. Manny is now here in the stream, which has led to one unsubscriber already. But before I come to you, Manny, about the team, as part of our responsibilities on match day, I did say I would bring you any updates from the protest, and I have a video that's just been sent to me from what's going on outside the stadium right now. I don't need to show everybody the photos of the van that's been driving around because I think everybody's seen that already. But anyway, back to the lineup. Manny, there it is, mate. You've got your wish for Okoli to stay in the team, but not just that, the whole team. What are your thoughts on it?
It's shaping up better, but there's still problems. Slowly, we're making small improvements. Okoli's a step up as far as I'm concerned. I like his partnership with Fass based on what else we have. But again, same old story. Ayew, Cordova, Reed. Has Luke done his thing yet about Bobby today? Because we could probably do with one of those. It's just slow. How do we get out? How do we escape? They're going to push up on us. When we do hoof it, we'll lose the ball. They'll just be back on us in no time. It's hard to see a way to get out of those situations, but we do have the ability to play a little bit higher today. Arsenal's attacking lineup is not their usual quality attacking lineup. They are lacking a few goals, so maybe we can take a bit more additional risk, push Okoli and Fass a bit higher, and try and not leave so much space from our front three to the goal. And it's a bit risky, but it could be a lot of goals. Who knows?
Are you worried about set pieces, Manny?
Massively so.
Yeah.
We know how good they are. They're probably the best team in the country, maybe the best team in the world at set pieces.
Yeah.
They just practice so hard at it. And historically, how have we been dealing with corners in particular? Absolutely horrific over the years we've been. That's why we ended up with Harry Suter and Vestergaard in the first place.
I think the set pieces thing, right? We have to remember we've been, I think, pretty good at that for the past year, maybe now, in terms of set pieces. And it did even get better in the relegation season when we hired Lars Knudsen. He was then let go, of course, when Enzo Maresca came in. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure Ruud has kept on the set piece coach that's been there for a while.
From Cuba,
the guy we got from Norwich, was it?
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's one of the only good.
He's done an excellent job. From what we can see, the improvements in set pieces have been massive compared to what we've seen in the last 3-4 years.
Arsenal still scored against us though with a set piece in the 93rd minute, didn't they?
When you've got Gabriel in particular, massive danger, huge danger, fantasy hit for a lot of people in FPL. Him and Saliba are going to cause massive problems, but I do like Okoli's there. He can get off the ground. And, it was earlier in the season. I know we conceded a lot of shots against Arsenal at the Emirates. I think it was like 36 shots on goal we conceded that day. And, obviously Mads had a great day, but I actually thought Okoli was under fire, had a good day that day. So I'm particularly looking for him and Ndidi to try and make a big difference today.
Luke, you said at the very start of the stream, mate, that you've got a weird bit of confidence or optimism for today. Why is that, mate? Is it just because of the injuries that they've got, or?
No, I just think it's typical Leicester City for us to have a protest on a day against one of the biggest teams in the world and then just shithouse a victory. It's just so Leicester City. It probably might be the only win we get for the rest of the season. I can totally see something happening.
I get what he's coming. I get where he's coming from, Anil, about that. Like, oh, it would be typical for there to be a protest and all of that, and all this anger and frustration around the club, and then them to come out and beat Arsenal. I mean, that is very Leicester City.
I would love it if that happens, but I can't share the confidence. I just think the biggest thing is that I could see us getting a 0-0 draw, but their defense is really good, and we haven't scored at home for a long time, and it's a fact that our attack has been blunted, and we're starting with Ayew and Bobby Reed, a fairly old Jamie Vardy, and it'll be interesting to see who he builds the attack with. I assume it's going to be Justin again. He did it with Thomas midweek. You know, I just don't see that getting past their defense, which is really, really good. I mean, we did score twice against them last time round, but those goals were very much against the run of the play. It took an absolute worldie from JJ. Look, I really hope I'm wrong, but you know, you have to give this team credit. Like I said, I think the one thing that might play into our favour is they themselves may struggle to score. I've had a few Arsenal fans already message me saying they're actually feeling a bit nervous about this game because their attack is so blunted. But yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult to score against them.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be difficult. Doc, there's a comment here, mate, that says, where is it? Anytime we break Vardy or Bilal, they won't have any support because we are slow. We'll give the ball away. Jeremy Monga, you know, I know he didn't play against Manchester United, but he didn't play. He wasn't in the squad for the under-21s last night, which people thought, oh, hello. But even he's not on this in the squad again this time round. I don't know if it's one of them where it's just like, oh, you're going to be available for the match day. Maybe he's got a knock. I don't know. But that lack of pace, like everyone's already said, it's going to be a problem in it, Doc.
Yeah, I think it is, right? I think in my book, when you play with Ayew and Dikotova Reed, you very much want to highlight your main strength of the team, right? And that's to give Kanoush more of the ball because you have players there who are basically just stationary passing points that he'll then pass back to El Kanoush. And that puts even more pressure on the guy who we're already expecting to be the one to do everything offensively, really, in terms of creating the chances. Where I think as how we play with someone like Mavididi, well, Mavididi, he's far from perfect when it comes to creating chances, but he's willing to take on his man and see if he can create something himself. And when Bilal is on his game and you play with Dikotova Reed, for example, it does help out and it does make Bilal look really good, but it just puts that pressure on him that if he isn't having an A game, he's going to look really dull because then all of the attack falters because he is now the only one who can really create anything.
Caleb says, typical Leicester win against a top team and then get battered against Ipswich or Wolves. Luke Thomas, not the real Luke Thomas, under Rude, we have done well against the big teams. Have we? Well,
in general, I will say we played better than.
Are you sure that's not the real Luke Thomas, by the way?
Yeah, because he's not in the squad today.
Yeah, he's not in the squad today.
Yeah,
well, there we go. I do know his.
Nice to have you, Luke.
I do know his auntie-in-law actually, so there we go. So it could be him. No, who knows? We need Bilal's. We need Bilal and we need more Bilals and fewer Ayews. Somebody says there. Doc's camera's just gone weird. Jamie Vardy, guys. Jamie Vardy. I mean, I know he scored against Tottenham. Manny, talk to me, mate. What is your thoughts on him? Because he is the GOAT. He is the Leicester GOAT. Daka, nah. Edward, we haven't seen enough to judge. Is Vardy just the only option, the only thing that we can do, really? We have to play him?
Yep. That's where we are. The alternatives are just not up to it, not up to scratch. We're desperate for something ideally more penetrative, but we just don't have that on the bench. So the guy scored, I think I'm right in saying he scored more goals against Arsenal than any other club, personally. I think it's 11 against Arsenal. He obviously likes playing against big teams. It suits the way we would want to set up. He was a counter-attack striker. You play against a big team, you're playing counter-attack. There you go, simples. Today it will probably be much of the same too. But I think the slight difference is he just doesn't have that pace he used to have. So you can't give him the distance to run to goal because he's going to get caught up or the keeper will come out and he's just not got those pockets that he used to. So how do we help him today? I would help him by those pockets in midfield. I think the real battle's with Odegaard today. If Odegaard sits there and dictates the play and he has a bit of an armchair ride, looks like a championship Winks, and then, he's going to dictate the play, we're in big trouble. If Ndidi can get to him and Booba can advance and get onto him and put pressure in those pockets that they like to play centrally, then maybe we can get a ball to Vardy. Maybe we can get Bilal to Vardy combination working, and we can try and sneak in behind those centre-backs. But the problem is those centre-backs, not only are they big and strong, they're pretty mobile too. I mean, there's just no weaknesses here.
Saliba's top class, isn't he? But by the way, Odegaard didn't even play in that game where they battered us last time round. Just to make you feel even better.
Do you know who destroyed us last time? It was Calafiori. Do you remember him inverting? He absolutely dictated everything that last game. He's on the bench, so that'll be interesting to see that one.
Well, what about Trossard, Luke? He was everywhere. False nine. Yeah,
no Saka this time, though. That's a big thing. I thought he was brilliant against us too, right? Saka is just normally always on his game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are positives with players missing for Arsenal, and that helps us, gives us maybe 5-10% more chance. But when we're starting at maybe say 10% chance for a win, and we gain 10% more, it's still not good odds, right? They won't be in our favor, but I hope we can scramble something together and at the very least put in a performance to be proud of.
Classic kiss of death here. But the problem is, whenever we get these situations where we're playing an understrength team and they're missing a few players, the player that comes in who hasn't scored for 10 games, he's the one who scores against us. So you guarantee today that Sterling, right?
Yeah, he's going to get a hat-trick.
Done nothing all year. He's getting a brace today. It's just one of those games you're like, this guy never does anything, but when it's against us, I don't want to hate on players like that. Someone like Danny Welbeck or Curtis Jones. They don't score goals. Tom Kearney, the season we went down, I think he's scored like 2 goals in 2 years and all of them against us. It's just, it's one of those games where you can just see that a collapse happening, particularly if we go 1 down. But there is hope. We went 1-0 up against Liverpool. We went 1-0 up against United. I think one difference I would love to see today is if we do go 1-0 up, then push on for the second. Don't try and hold on and defend and invite them on you. We're not very good at inviting teams on us and trying to play counter. So we've got to try and push and take it to them.
Right, couple minutes away. Anil, score prediction, please, mate, for this one. And everybody in the chat as well, do the same. Score predictions in the chat.
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. Manny?
I really have no idea today. I have no idea. 2-2.
2-2. There we go. And Duck, what are you going with, mate?
Dude, I don't think I've gotten a single one of these rights because I've always predicted something crazy. But I'm going to stick with that. Today is the day we're going to put in a brilliant performance. We're going to scrape a 2-1 victory. We're going to get 3 points on the board. The blind optimism will never falter. And yeah, you know who'll score both goals? James Justin again, man. He did 2 against them last time. He'll do it again today, right? Stepping up when we need him most.
Right, I'm going to call. There's 14 games left, and if he starts playing regularly, I'm going to say it before every single match. But Caleb Akoli is due an attacking goal from a set piece. He gets in all these really good positions, and he gets a little half chance. One of them has to go in soon.
I'm going to go 4-0 Arsenal. So there we go. I'll be getting up all of the comments shortly. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Doc. We'll see you at halftime. The game is just moments away. There we go. So this will be an interesting one. Let's see what happens in this big game in the Premier League. I was going to say the Barclays Premier League. Keep getting your comments in. I'm going to get them up on screen in just a second. Let's have a look. Nil says Luke Thomas. I can't pronounce your name. Sorry. 2-0 Foxes. Andreas says 2-1 Leicester. Rennie says 2-1. Snowy says 1-1. Caleb says 3-0 Arsenal. Zaid says 2-1 Arsenal. Zahir says 3-1. Taito Blue says 2-1. Easy Azabaza says 3-1 Arsenal. 4-0 Arsenal like me. And Blue Fox Forever says 1-1. And there we go, by the way. The game is underway. The game is underway at the King Power Stadium. Leicester City versus Arsenal. Morning all 1-1. Doc's blind optimism. Paul says 2-1 Leicester. Wrong scoreboard, I've just noticed. And Abdul says 2-1. There we go. Let me change the scoreboard quickly for you. There. There we go. That should be updated for you. There we go. Is Daka starting? 1-1 says Peter, and Resist Control says 2-2. Leicester have a little early attack here. Jordan Ayew back out wide to Victor Christiansen. Christiansen tries to deliver a ball, and he does. Jordan Ayew is into the box. He tries to deliver a ball and it goes past everybody. Resist control 2-2. Hey there, says Hadjar. Hey to you too. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Louise thinks 3-2. There we go. Make sure, guys, if you are watching, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit subscribe. More importantly, get your comments in and let me know what you think to the game as it goes on. Make sure to head over to YouTube. If you're watching on X, head over to YouTube instead, because the live chat is a bit glitchy on X, so you don't want to be over there. So come over to YouTube and leave your comments in the chat. Let us know what you think to the game. Well, we've not conceded in the first couple of minutes, which is a great success. Great success. Here we go. Leicester trying to put Arsenal under a bit of pressure at the back here. Saliba comes out wide to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Nice play there from Arsenal. Coming down the left-hand side with Declan Rice now. Thomas Partey. Gabriel. Forward to Skelly. Oof. Skelly playing left back, of course. Forgot to mention that. Today is the start of the Escape, the sequel. Here's James Justin trying to play out. Samare into Vardy. Nice little one-touch football there between all three of them. Victor Christensen has launched an attack here, running down the left-hand side. He's got runners forward, but Arsenal are very, very organised, and Leicester have to go backwards instead. Very, very good defensive shape there from Arsenal on the counter. Caleb Bacoli now at the back to Mads Hermansen. James Justin. Wout Faes across the back to Mads Hermansen. Today is the start. Yeah, the sequel. Sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to correct you for your spelling. It's all good. It's all good. Relax. Relax. Yeah, we've looked positive in the small amount of possession that we've had. We've gone forward a couple of times. As always, the Oracle Cloud win probability meter has given us a 13% chance of a win. There you go. No point of watching now. Raheem Sterling. Leicester win it. Jamie Vardy. Oh, he's tackled by Thomas Partey, who wins the ball. Now Arsenal come again. Leicester set up in a compact 4-4-2. Martin Odegaard tried a little lofted ball there over the top, but it runs out of play for a Leicester City goal kick. Ruud van Nistelrooy on the touchline watching on. Vardy tries to chase the ball down, but Partey gets there first, and Arsenal come back to their back four, or their back two as it is right now. Gabriel back to Saliba. Thomas Partey into the middle. Miles Skelly kind of inverting here. Jordan Ayew puts an interception in. Can't get on the end of it, though, and Thomas Partey plays it back to Raya. Frustrating there, frustrating. 5 minutes in, there's 0-0 at the moment. As you can see, if you are new around here, there's the match clock, there's the score, of course, and then there's the team sheet over there. Arsenal try a long ball, too much on it, and it goes into Mads Hermansen's hands. Here come Arsenal. Ooh, Wilfred Ndidi trying to defend that. He can't. And Bobby D. Cordova-Reid misses the challenge this time. Arsenal will come at Leicester here. Raheem Sterling down the left-hand side up against James Justin. Sterling into Skelly. Ball across. Nobody on the end of it. And Jordan Ayew can clear it this time. Hopefully. He does. He hits it long. Come on, you foxes, says LCFC Forever. Luke Thomas says Ayew is too slow. I hate the man. He has done everything wrong. Frustrating there for Luke Thomas. Yeah. I mean, we knew this would be the case, right? With Ayew and D. Cordova-Reid, yes, you gain certain aspects of their games, like being able to hold the ball up, work rate, all of that. But, you know, you do lose pace, really, at the end of the day. You lose pace. And you can't really counter effectively without pace. So that is where we will struggle, I think. When we do win the ball back, what are we actually going to do with it? You know, if we're not going to do anything with it, then what's the point? What's the point in the game plan? Caleb Okoli, Wout Faze. I mean, if you just win the ball back and don't do anything with it, you're just hoping on a 0-0, aren't you? That's it. That's all you're hoping for. Caleb Okoli, Victor Christensen on the turn, hits it long, looking for Jamie Vardy. He heads it down to Bilal El Khanous, who makes a right fucking hash of that. And Arsenal win it back quite easily. Thomas Partey starting an attack now. Declan Rice coming forward into Raheem Sterling. He does. James Justin pushes him over. The referee says no foul and they play on. Here is Justin. He's got Bobby Reid on the outside of him, not really making any decent runs, but he sees El Khanous in the middle. James Justin, man, what was that? Now Arsenal come again. Yeah, man, Nwaneri is a very, very good player, mate. Very, very good player. Oh, yeah, you said triple captain him, didn't you? Of course you did. I remember now. Here he is on the ball now, Nwaneri. Here he is, ball in. Caleb Okoli clears this time. Fucking hell, you've sent my voice going. Martin Odegaard looking in for Trossard. Trossard volleys it first time. A bit of a weird angle for him to get a shot on target. He does get it on target, and Hermanson saves. Just nothing really in that shot. No power. If you are enjoying the stream, please make sure to hit the like button. But more importantly, get your comments in. If you're watching on X, head over to YouTube. Do us a favor, hit the like button. Hermanson, Okoli, Christiansen, Samare, back to Okoli. He tries to play it long into Vardy. He does. He starts a little counter-attack here. Samari getting forward. Plays it out to Ayew on the left-hand side. Jordan Ayew's got his head up, looking for runners. He finds Bouba Samari. Bouba Samari into the box. Put across. Headed away. Wilfred Ndidi shoots into the hands of the keeper, Raya. He can only shoot straight, can Wilfred Ndidi. And he's done it again there. Nice little build-up there for Leicester City. And there's 366 of you watching on YouTube and Twitter. Thank you to every one of you. There's 260 of you on Twitter, on X. So please head over to YouTube. If you do us one favor tonight or today, head over to YouTube instead, blue tinted glasses, and come and say hello in the live chat there. Because if Leicester City win, I'll be giving away five free memberships if Leicester City win. 5 free memberships if Leicester win. Here's Raya, way off his line. Ben says, what the fuck, Justin? Why be selfish and not... Yeah, I know. Arsenal being patient here now. Gabriel. Miles Skelly. He's got his head up. He wants a runner. There isn't any. Back to Gabriel. Miles Skelly. Playing well, says Boho. Here's Declan Rice. Martin Odegaard. If we draw as well, how about that? If we win or draw, there'll be 5 free memberships given away. But if you're watching on Twitter, you have to come over to YouTube and join us there to be in with a chance of winning those 5 free memberships. Ball out of play here now for Leicester for a throw in on the left-hand side. It'll be Christensen to take. Jamie Vardy here. James Justin out on the right-hand side. He'll go forward to Bobby Reid this time. Bobby Reid back to Justin. If we went one up, would you shut the game down with multiple defenders? Depends how early it is, mate. I mean, I've never been a fan of like shutting up shop too early. You know what I mean? Here we go. Ball over the top now. It'll be Raheem Sterling up against James Justin. Justin putting him under pressure, though. Arms around him, Justin, and Sterling still done him. Ball into the box. 1-2 with Trossard. Back across, Okoli clears. James Justin is struggling with Raheem Sterling so far in these early stages of the game, for sure. Your game is at least 20 seconds ahead of mine in Ireland. How come? Behind or ahead? If I'm ahead, pause YouTube and wait for me to catch up with you. And if I'm ahead, there's not really anything I can do. I mean, if your game's ahead, I don't think there's anything you can do. Arsenal with a little attempt there on goal. It was blocked. There we go. Ball over the top, defended well by Caleb Okoli, and it's gone out for a goal kick for Leicester City. 12 minutes in. All right, Ben, if I'm ahead, mate, just if you're watching on YouTube, just click pause. Click pause and wait for my stream to catch up, or the other way around. Wait for your stream to catch up and then press play. You can pause and play and rewind and fast forward as much as you want on YouTube, which is why I'm telling everybody on Twitter, head over to YouTube. It's much better. You can switch, you can fast forward, pause, all of that stuff. Nwaneri sends Christensen for a hot dog. Ball forward now. Declan Rice. Oh, there's a foul. There's a coming together between Rice and Justin. I think it was just a 50-50 coming together. Leicester under a bit of pressure. Caleb Okoli's going to have to get rid. He tries to. Jordan Ayew. Nice little touch that from Ayew. He's fouled. And the referee agrees. Free kick to Leicester. Jeff here watching from the Philippines and look forward to a Foxes win. Hello to you, Jeff, mate. Much appreciated. I want to visit the Philippines. Chips, which is BTG's graphic designer. He is also from the Philippines. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to you. Sterling on the field gives me confidence he will miss all his chances. I think that's a fair shout, mate, to be honest with you. Do you remember the FA Cup game last season against Chelsea when Sterling missed all those chances? And then he took a free kick that went like miles over the bar, and then literally the fans booed him off the pitch. They booed him off the pitch. Here's El Khanous on the right-hand side now for Leicester City. Ball delivered. Good ball. Vardy, Ayew. No one can trap it. And Arsenal win it back. Decoud over Reid chases down Rice. He plays it off now. Thomas Partey's got it in the middle of the park. Who's he going to lay off? Trossard. Sorry, Odegaard, sorry. Nwaneri. Back to Odegaard. Martin Odegaard on the ball. Goes into the middle to Trossard. Oh, poor pass from Trossard, and Christensen gets forward. It's going to go out of play, though, for a... There's now a sign in the stands. Internal review, you don't have a clue. Internal review, don't have a clue. And the camera pans to John Rudkin and Andrew Neville in the stands. Ayew does the only thing he's good at, winning free kicks. I suppose it's better than nothing, isn't it? Better than nothing. You can't deny that. You can't deny that. 320 of you on X now. What are you doing, man? Head to YouTube. If you're watching on X, head over to YouTube. Here's Thomas Partey. I wonder why, Amanda. Wonder why. Nwaneri, ball delivered. Justin headers it away this time for Arsenal corner. No, goal kick. Must have come off Rice's head. Oh, there's a foul there. There's a foul on Trossard, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Look at the prick tracking back. He's so slow, says Luke Thomas. What a ball in. Yeah, it was a great ball in. That was a Coley that time who gives away the foul. Ayew is actually a snail. Afternoon, Daniel, mate. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the message. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, Daniel, mate, and let me know what you're making to this game. I'm sure you're watching it. Everton fan Daniel, give me your outsider opinion on the game so far. Sterling tries to keep a ball in play, but it goes out for a Leicester City throw-in. They are overloading the back post on crosses. I mean, Manny said it before the game, right? That they're probably the best team in the world at set pieces. Here's Bilal El Khanous back to James Justin. He plays it off the foot of Sterling for a throw-in back for Leicester. Rodkins squirming in his seat, says Boho. Absolutely. So far, so good. Just waiting for the inevitable fast clanger, or the Okoli clanger, or the Justin clanger, or the Victor clanger. I mean, you could name all of them. Samari, Ndidi, you can name all of them, right? Didn't show much of a protest. There are only one banner. I thought there'd be more than that. So it all happened outside the ground, mate. It all happened outside the ground. They did say they weren't going to do much in the... Oh, sorry, you mean the 14th minute, yeah? Yeah. Saliba. Partey, back to Raya. Nil-nil still in the first 20 minutes of this game. Thomas Partey. Terrible pass there from Partey, looking for Skelly, but it goes out for a Leicester throw-in. Well, you're competing, so that's a start, but it's about creating up one end and keeping them out the other. As you say, the set pieces will be vital today. Boho says, Lambretta, my tortoise, is faster than Ayew. Ayew is going to play another 90 minutes, says Mr. Fatawu. I mean, probably, mate. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can see it, mate. I can see it. Facundo will come on for like D Cordova Reed or something like that, right? Here's Miles Skelly taking the Miles Lewis Skelly taking the throw in for Arsenal. While FaZe chases it down into Ayew. Oh my God, what was that? Terrible that from Leicester. Nwaneri comes inside. Lovely pass in there to Raheem Sterling again, who's offside this time. Offside. Little bit of a surprise, still 0-0. I would have thought that Arsenal would have scored at this point by now. It's only a positive, though, that they haven't, I suppose. This will be our turning point. beating the title chasers. You think we're going to win, Tito? The camera pans to Jorginho on the bench for Arsenal. Hermanson kicks it long from the free kick. A bit of a switch here from Arsenal over to Nwaneri on the right. Martin Odegaard. That was offside. The linesman agrees. Pulled back for an offside there. Free kick for Leicester. Yeah, fair enough, Ben. You think we'll win? Fair enough. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Samari breaks forward, plays it back to Victor Christensen. Jordan Ayew, he's going to win a foul, and he does. It's what he does. That is his staple, his bread and butter, if you like. Picks up the ball in the middle of the park, goes down, wins a foul. That is what he likes to do. Ayew and Christensen stood over the free kick here. Am I the only one who thinks Luke Thomas seems to play better than Christensen? I don't think he does. There's not much in it, mate. I'll give you that for sure. Ball in from Christensen. Looking for somebody. Finds nobody. Raheem Sterling now. Are Thomas and Amati related? No. Thomas and Amati? Is that meant to be a joke? I don't get the joke, Peter. Odegaard, Party. Ayew clears. He tries to hit it long. He just lashes at it. Jamie Vardy now will pick it up. He's fouled. That's a foul by Thomas Partey. It is not a yellow. Not a stop of a counter-attack, no. Why does Rude keep playing Ayew over Mavididi is beyond me. Well, I think it's beyond a lot of us. There's currently 630 of you playing. 630 of you watching, sorry. If you're watching on X, which 500 of you are, head over to YouTube. Arsenal can't handle Ayew. Pretty dull game, says Cake Eater. I tend to agree with you, mate. I tend to agree with you, but it's probably what Rude wants. He doesn't want an open, free-flowing end-to-end game where we get smacked up 4-0. Because I think that is the alternative, to be honest. Wout Faze. Caleb Okoli is going to go back to Mads Hermansen. Dangerous ball there from Hermansen, but he does find Wilfred Ndidi. James Justin now. He's got El Khanous ahead of him. Finds him. I think Justin's just rolled his ankle. Is Justin just rolled his ankle? He's gone down. Now he's taken off his boot. He looks injured. He does look in a bit of pain. That's caused a bit of pain there when testing his foot out there. Justin could be coming off. So that would open the door for Woyo Koulibaly, Leicester City's only January transfer signing. Mikel Arteta taking this opportunity to chat with his players. Well, maybe that means Woyo Koulibaly will start. Justin's putting his boot back on. He's put his boot back on. He's tying his laces, so maybe he's not coming on. Luke Thomas says Woyo time. Maybe not just yet, mate. Not just yet. Yeah, he is coming back on. Oh, Woyo's warmed up. And he sat back down. Woyo was warmed up in his full kit. And he's put his bib back on. He's not ready to come on yet. Justin's going to play on for now. He's taking some painkillers, it looks like. Yeah, Woyo's bib and jacket have gone back on. He doesn't look best pleased, but there we go. It is what it is. This game just got a little bit scrappy all of a sudden. Trossard looking for Nwaneri. Victor Christensen cuts it out. Hermansen hits it long. Vardy's pushed there, and it's going to be a foul from Saliba. That looks promising until Justin went down. Gives Arteta a chance to recognise his structure. Over 1,000 of you watching now. Thank you so much to every single one of you. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you think to the game so far. Mads Hermansen will take this free kick on the halfway line, actually. Very, 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 very high. How much more solid do we look with Ndidi and Okoli? I don't know what Samari's just done that for. He's getting dragged there. That's a foul. They've given a throw in, but it should have been a foul. Timber just all over Okoli, grabbing his shirt, pulling him down to the ground, but the referee clearly didn't see it, even though it was about 5 feet in front of him. Now Okoli's given away a foul on Trossard. Remember, people, at halftime in 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes, we will be joined again by the Fantastic Four, Anil, Manny, Doc, and Luke, and they'll be giving their thoughts on the first half. So make sure you're there for that one, getting your comments in. Matchday Live goes all the way now until full time, which will then switch to instant match reaction, where depending on the result and the performance, you might get some rants, you might get some arguments, you might get a lot of praise. Who knows? Declan Rice now being chased by El Canoes. Declan Rice is able to play in Timber. And he does. Timber comes forward. Gabriel. Oh, played through Leicester there. Raheem Sterling into Trossard. Okoli covers and clears. It was offside anyway. Wow. Lots of offsides at the moment. Yeah, got a little heated last night, lol, with you guys. Absolutely, Amanda. It's all fun and games. That's football, though, isn't it? Pretty sure all of you can agree that's how football is. You want to be able to have heated arguments with your mates, and then 10 seconds later, you talk about something else, and you're all good, and you love each other, and you want to kiss each other. No, I'm joking. You don't want to do that. I'm not kissing Mana. I'm not kissing Mana. And I don't think Manny wants to kiss me. It's all good. It's all good. Thomas Partey. Is Raheem Sterling offside again there? He is. I don't know what Raheem Sterling's doing there. He was well offside. He was well offside. Flag up there. 30 minutes on the clock. 15 to go before half-time. And the lads join us back for their half-time thoughts. T-Rex offside. How many people in the chat expected it to be 0-0 at this point of the game? Let us know. Arteta looks pissed off, says Mr. Fatau. I tend to agree with you, mate. We are actually defending well, said Boho. Hermanson. He goes back out wide now to James Justin. Justin volleys it forward looking for Vardy. Not quite accurate enough. Good tackle there from Bilal El-Khanous. Arsenal win the throw-in, though. Oh, there you go. There you go. You didn't predict 0-0, did you? You predicted worse than that. I remember. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Oh, you did. Fair play, Luke. Fair play, mate. You did predict 0-0. Just came in. How did the 14-minute protest go? As far as I've read on the comments, it went down like a fart in a lift, to be honest with you. Here's Nwaneri. Nwaneri up against Ayew. Plays it into Miles Lewis-Skelly in the middle. Gabriel, Thomas Partey back to Gabriel. Gabriel finds Raheem Sterling. He falls over. And Wout Faze clears it. Raheem tripped over. El-Khanous up against Gabriel there. And it's going to be a Leicester throw-in. Commentator just said, we're still waiting for the first save of the match when indeed he had a clear shot on target. Ridiculous. They only see Arsenal, mate. Don't worry. That's how it works, eh? We all know that. We are the Invisibles. They're the Invincibles. We are the Invisibles. Always has been. Even when we were qualifying for top 5 and winning leagues, we were the Invisibles. Hermanson hits it long. Saliba should deal with it fine. No, Vardy gets in front of him and wins it back. That's going to be a throw into Leicester. We need Facundo on for Reed, says Luke Thomas. 1,339 of you here so far. Thank you. Big shout out. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, head over to YouTube if you're on Twitter, because you could win some free memberships. I did say if we drew or won, I will be giving away 5 free memberships. And if you're on X, you can't claim them. So you need to head over to YouTube for that. It's very easy. It's free. You just go to YouTube and type in Blue Tinted Glasses and we're there. Or even if you just type in Leicester City fan or Leicester fan, we'll be there. Jordan at the top. Jordan Ayew. Caleb Okoli. Wout Faze. Hello, Solsterin, mate. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, pal. Hope you're doing well. Christensen hits it long. Jordan Ayew. Just over 10 minutes left of normal time in the first half. Let's get the glasses on. Christensen into Ayew. Is Ayew going to win another foul? He doesn't this time. Christensen back into Ayew. Plays it into Samari. Samari can't control it. Here come Arsenal. Raheem Sterling shoots. Terrible. Oh, it's blocked and it goes out for a corner. It got blocked and yeah, it was blocked. Hermanson tried to stop it going out for a corner. It was blocked by Fass, but it is a corner for Arsenal. Set pieces, here we come for Arsenal. This is where their bread and butter is. Danger here, says Peter. Absolutely, mate. Anytime Arsenal have a corner, there is danger. Keep your eye on Gabriel, lads. Yeah, I'm not saying it's Samari's fault. He just couldn't control it, which it was a difficult pass for him to control. Ayew's on, looks like a bit of zonal marking here. Punched away from Hermanson. D Cordova-Reid will try and clear it. He does. Throw in. Oh, don't know what happened there. Throwing for Leicester, Wilfred Ndidi. Miles Lewis-Skelly miscontrolled that and it went out for a throw-in. It's mad that Arsenal didn't get anyone in January. I know. Which is why a lot of their fans are unhappy with their board as well. Because they, like last season where in January in the window where we were fighting for a title and we didn't strengthen, that's how they're feeling right now. They want a title, even though Liverpool are looking the most likely. But the only thing to try and bridge that gap would be bringing players in, and they've not done it with all the injuries they've got as well. Feel a bit bad for them. Well, I say that loosely. I mean, they've still got hundreds of millions worth of talent, but you know what I mean. Our defense is pretty good, but just no attack with Ayew and Bobby. Yeah, I agree. I agree, mate. Keeping solid for the first half and then bringing on legs in the second half to try and nick it would be a smart move. Yeah, I think recently we've been like out of reach, right? By the time we've made it into, I mean, well, I say that the United game we were well within reach and we didn't really do enough. Obviously, taking Ndidi off killed us there. Here come Arsenal down the right hand side up against Ayew. I think it's Nwaneri. Here he comes. He's going to try and deliver a boy. He doesn't. He goes centrally. Trossard. Great challenge there from Bilal El Khanous to win the ball back. Great challenge. Ayew is actually a snail. Yeah. He could be. He could be part man, part snail. Here's Raheem Sterling up against James Justin again. Back in the middle, Gabriel. Sterling, 1-2. Thomas Partey. I've got a feeling Thomas Partey's going to score, you know. Just got this feeling. I feel it in my fingers. He was indeed. Partey. Trossard over the top. Justin gets in front and gets rid of it for now. Jesus. Thomas Partey. Declan Rice. Sterling. Back to Gabriel. Try and switch the play now. 5 minutes left. Yep, Fatawa's got an ACL, mate, so he is out for the season, unfortunately. He will not be back. He will not play another game for Leicester this season, which is heartbreaking, but we're used to it now, eh? Ricardo, James Justin, Will Alves, Sammy Braybrook. Issue is, though, how long will Ndidi play today? Yeah, I know. Fatawi won't play again this season, mate. Won't happen. Not a chance. Not with an ACL. Facundo for Bobby is needed. Does Ayew know how to keep the ball up and play the ball to a teammate? Seems all he wants to do is hoof it every time. Does Ayew know how to... Yeah, I've just read that one. Facundo for Bobby again there. Luke said, I'm starting to think I probably agree with you. James Justin's down again. He is going to come off this time, you'd imagine. Woyo's warming up again. He's going to come off this time. I think gameplay is keeping it safe. Game plan is keeping it safe first half, then go for it second half. Probably put on Koulibaly. It will be Woyo Koulibaly. I'm convinced of that. Yeah, here comes Woyo Koulibaly. I'd rather watch Monga get torched than these wingers. Just look for Mads every time they get the ball. All the minutes catching up on Justin. Here he is. Here is Woyo Koulibaly. This is the earliest that he's made it onto the pitch for Leicester so far in his short stay here. That's for sure. Woyo, 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 Woyo Koulibaly. He's on. He's on. Let's see how he's played, though. Let's see how he's used. It'll be interesting to see. We know that Ruud van Nistelrooy, as well as what Cooper liked, he liked to play with one fullback or wing back higher, the other fullback lower, deeper. Which one will he choose? Will he opt for Victor to play high, or will he opt for Woyo to play high? We'll find out. We'll find out anytime now. I see a Woyo stinker. I hope not, but yeah. Is Woyo good? We don't know, unfortunately, actually. We don't actually know. Ruud van Nistelrooy really not happy with the lino there. Ooh. Woyo was quite narrow there. Hopefully not another long-term injury for JJ. Yeah, it didn't look too... I mean, it's his foot. I think it was the bottom of his foot, and he obviously did it earlier, about 20 minutes ago. And then he had a little bit of a collision there with Trossard. I think Trossard kicked the bottom of JJ's foot, which has obviously hurt it, set it off, whatever, made it worse. 45 minutes on the clock, as you can see. Here's Declan Rice. Bobby Reed chasing him down. Nwaneri's got VK. Fast clears, fast blocks. Corner for Arsenal in the last minute of the half. Almost like it's written in the stars, eh? Jesus Christ. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Are the club doing a watch along again, guys? Let me know. I don't know if the club are doing a watch along. I don't know who does watch-alongs these days. I don't think Chappie's been doing them either. Here is it Nwaneri? It's Nwaneri to take the corner. Ball in. Gabriel cleared by Ndidi. El Khanous is taken out there, but the referee just acts like he didn't see it. On a serious note, though, Luke would play this game better than Christensen. Think they are. Michael says, yes, the club is doing a watch along at the moment. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Snowy Whisper and Andrea said the same. While Locks, your channel has grown at some rate, nearly 16k, some going for a fairly new podcast. Michael, mate, thank you so much. Thanks so much. Very kind words. And unlike some, we don't buy subscribers either. Unlike some. No, Blue Tinted Glasses is the biggest Leicester City fan channel right now, by the way, guys. With nearly 16,000 authentic, real subscribers. So I appreciate every single one of you. A lot of them are people that have come by and gone. You know, you look at teams that we faced: Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Villa, Forest. They've come and they've gone, but they've kept the subscriptions. They've kept subscribed. So thank you to them as well. But massive, the biggest shout out goes to you guys who are here every single week. It's much love, much love. At least Wout is better than Vestergaard, says Solsterin. As the camera pans to some Arsenal fans who don't look best pleased with their side's performance. I don't think they've been bad. I just think we've done a good job at keeping them quiet, to be honest. We've got about a minute left, 2 minutes left. If that's true, Tommy, you're the only one who actually spends his valuable time in the live chat, mate. Locks, will you be going down the Patreon route as other new podcasters have done, and will you be getting sponsors for your podcast? Here's Samari ball across. Blocked. Back to decode over Reed. Bilal El Khanous. No. Too deep. There is no plan for a Patreon, mate. There is not a plan for Patreon. The channel is not designed, or we don't want to try and take your money. We're not going to say, right, if you pay this amount of money a month, you're going to get content that you can't get for free. We're not going to do that. We have memberships, so if people want and super chats. If people want to support the channel in that way, Jordan Ayew, Christensen. If people want to support the channel that way, they can do super chats and memberships, but it's completely up to them. So there's been some people that do it, so thank you to them. But the most important thing is just being here and leaving your views. Wilfred Ndidi, the ball falls to him inside the box, off his head, and it's just wide. Leicester with a golden opportunity to go 1-0 up in the last minute of the first half. I can't believe he's missed it. Off Wilfred Ndidi's head. All he has to do is hit it on target, and it's gone about 2 feet wide of the post on the end. What a chance. What an opportunity that was. Ruud van Nistelrooy, the camera shows him going, no. And I think we're all the same. That was a golden opportunity. Skewed wide. Even my dad subscribes and he's a Palace fan. Thank you. Having Wilf back is such a boost. But yeah, to answer your question, Michael, no, there's no plans for a Patreon, mate. There's no plans for a Patreon, mate. Not at all. Right. It's half time. It's half-time, ladies and gentlemen, which means only one thing. We are going to the Fantastic Four, as I just called them. Luke, Neil's not here. Luke, Anil, Annie, and Duck. Quack, quack. To get their views on the game. I'll just wait for Luke to come in and I'll get them all added. Mr. Fatawi says, Wilf is such a good midfielder. Blue Fox Forever says, happy with 0-0 at half-time. I think we all will be. Okay, there we go. Luke can't make it. So, right, let's get the boys in. Here they are. It's Anil, it's Manny, and it's Quack Quack Duck. Lads, thoughts on that one? Anil, mate, take us away.
Well, so I sent the guys in our WhatsApp group earlier and I said, playing a high line against Arsenal, grimace face. That was the emoji. But I've got to take it back. Stroke of genius. We've caught Arsenal offside at least 4 times. I think it's many more times than that. that's really restricted their attack. And look at it. We basically should have been 1-0 up there at the end of the half with that fantastic chance. Even if you take that away, even if the game is a bit of a nothing game and neither team's really creating much, we'll take that. You'd take a 0-0 right now. Even if I offered you right now, I think you'd still take a 0-0 against Arsenal. So I think overall, tactically, we've got it spot on. It's a good half. I would like us to hold the ball a little bit to try and create a bit more, which we did in that last move there at the end of the half. But otherwise, I'm pretty impressed. I think compare it to the first game we played against Arsenal, where they absolutely battered us. We've been very good. I'm impressed.
Well,
Manny, speak to me.
Yeah, go on, Manny.
Echo a lot of what just Anil said. You know, I did say I'd like a high line today. That's why one of the reasons you have a Coley in the team. Massive difference. We take that risk. It is risky playing offside, but they don't have their first choice players. They don't have Saka. They don't have Martinelli. They've got players who are a little bit rusty, a young player. Sterling's a bit overweight, should I say. He looks a little bit out of shape to me. And we can handle that. But what it does do, it gives you a bit more options in advanced play. It's been a relatively nothing game, and a nothing game totally suits us. 1 point from playing Arsenal at home in our situation is an excellent result. So yeah, look, we've had this before, though, haven't we? One half is good, one half is awful. So
sometimes
maybe
shit, in the words of.
But I like it. You know, JJ brilliant, Akoli good. Wilf is just an absolute monster animal of a footballer. The Wilf love affair for me is just nothing but going to continue. All I see is that guy making his stamping his authority on the game, whether it's defensively winning a challenge, whether it's supporting the attack, being at the edge of the box, or at the end with a header, defensive headers we saw. You know, that height thing. We talked about that.
Matty B is speaking the truth there. I've got to say, though, JJ going off is a bit of a worry because Manny and I, we were saying, we think Justin was the best player in that half. If Wilford had scored, obviously he would have got it. But I think if you look at JJ, what he did, I think he lost his first duel to Sterling. But from then on, he just had him completely in his pocket. So hopefully Woyo can have it as well. I agree with what Manny's saying. It does look like Sterling's been on the mince pies a bit too much over the Christmas break. I mean, it's February now, Raheem, mate. You should have worn that off by now. But yeah, you notice as well, in 1 year, he barely touched the ball, though he did get in right at the end and he got a corner off it. But yeah, but they've just been offside more than they've created much. It's looking good.
Doc, what are you thinking, mate?
I think it's been good, right? This is what I think it's kind of like the dream you can have against a big six team, right? One of the teams that are in form fighting for the title when we are relegation candidates. To be playing this sort of half, right? I got a message from one of my friends I play football manager with, who's an Arsenal fan, saying, you guys are defending really well. And I think a lot of that has to do with the back four being in sync, which is something we've been lacking often, right? We've seen a lot of goals where we've tried to play this highlight, but someone has been sagging behind and keeping them on side. And then Wilf helping out as well. He's so good at taking that extra responsibility on him. If someone like JJ is caught up, or if someone like Christiansen or Coley, anyone else is trigger pressing, he'll either back them up or he'll cover the space in behind them and make sure we don't get exploited. So I think we're setting up really well. We've created a few chances. We still need to be more clinical in the final third. I'm sorry, but Jordan Ayew, when he gets the ball, he seems to be immovable. He doesn't move anymore. Like, he gets the ball, then he's stationary, and then he tries to look for the pass, right? And while I think his hold-up play has been good, he's been holding up too long and too much. But overall, a really, really good half. And it's good to see us bounce back after 2 disappointing defeats in a row, right? To Man United and being absolutely thrashed by Everton. So it's key, even if you don't end up walking away with a point or two here, it's a good performance to build on. And that's something. And you can hear the crowd, despite the protest, they are starting to get behind the boys as well and chanting for Leicester. And all of those things are really, really good. It's just small positives here building together. Let's see if they can accumulate into something bigger.
Yeah, they did mention the protest actually in our stream. They did have a clip of Rudkin at around 40 minutes, which is interesting. But coming back to the game, I think Arsenal, they've only really created one half chance, which is Odegaard. They beat the offside trap once. He put that floated ball over the top. Trossard made a bad first touch so JJ could recover. But other than that, we've looked pretty good there. But I think you are right in saying that Ayew does kind of slow it down. Manny, what do you think you would like to see addressed for this second half for us to get something? Or do you think it's all just working pretty well?
No, there will come a point in this game where you just can't keep the status quo, because as you get tired, as you said in the first half, spaces will grow. It's not as easy that they'll bring on reinforcements, fresh legs. We'll also have to do the same. So I'm going to rename him today to Sexadini. Sexadini is going to come on the left wing and get us a winner today. That's what I want to see. So I think Ayew particularly, he'll play Ayew for 90 minutes. I'm sure of it, he will do. But I would be looking to take Ayew off well, I would do it now, but you probably give it 15, 20 minutes, I would think, and then look to bring on probably Mavadini, I would say.
Yeah,
I think I would agree with that. I think
is there anyone else that you think that might be an option?
I think Bonanotti could come on here. I think the thing I've been most impressed with Bonanotti on after Root came in is his defensive work. And I don't think Digodori has been good at that part, nor has he helped much in the build-up. I know Bonanotti doesn't help much in the build-up, but he himself can create a chance, right? Where he might not often involve himself in the build-up, but create it, subsidizes that other ways. I think Mavadidi as well. The key thing for me, though, is how do we start the second half? We started very well against Tottenham at the start of the second half, but too often, especially at home recently, we've had a good first half for 5-10 minutes in the second half. We've just thrown away the entire game. So keep your heads cool, go on, and a good performance. And then if we solidify those first 10-15 minutes of the second half, and then if we aren't able to start creating stuff, I think we should look at those changes like Malvedini, like Bonanotte, but at all costs at this point, keep the same back 4 and 2 DMs. Nothing there needs to change because it's working well, and we just hope where you can fit in well as well.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. So, and I'm thinking like, is IU in the team though to help? Because I think we've been pretty solid so far defensively at set pieces. We mentioned that pre-match that we were worried about that. Manny, you can talk a little bit about how we're defending the corners. You made a good point there because we kept saying that Bobby Reid was on Gabriel. We're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But explain to us the logic.
I don't want to give away, but what I think we both explained it between us is that you save your big boys essentially to cover zones. So you have a front zone, a central zone, and a rear zone. So what you want to do is identify their major threats, which is obviously Gabriel's one of them, Saliba's another. So you use your smaller players, you use someone like Bobby to try and block the initial run of that player. And then JJ's the one who will track the runner as he starts to build momentum. And if the delivery isn't right, then your zonal defenders will take care of it. So I think that's it's a combination of zone and man marking at set pieces, which clearly this is a set piece coach who's been doing this since he came in. And we've improved, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's pretty clever. We're blocking off their main runs, so we have a chance on the second contact. It's worked pretty well so far. You mentioned Bobby Reid there, not doing too much. I mean, I think he's been okay. He just hasn't really influenced the game either way. I think you could say the same a little bit about Bilal until right at the very end where they finally, started trying to do something there. I mean, look, because the Arsenal have had heavy possession. There was a bit during the game where Duck was laughing his head off because it said last 5 minutes possession and it was Arsenal
91% to 9.
Yeah, but I'll let you speak on that in a moment, Duck. But the thing is that if I was like a neutral coach, like say my team is playing Arsenal next week, I'd be watching this game and I'd be like, Rude's onto something here. Like he's absolutely limited them by playing a high line. I'm going to take that. I might do something more in attack or whatever like that. But that's definitely worked tactically. Is it a case though in that doing that we're sacrificing being like too compact and it's not giving us a chance to go forward, or do you think it's the right way? Because to be fair, at the end we finally constructed something and it's like sort of playing a waiting game.
I think you're compromising a bit on the attack, right? And especially when you're committing 2 players on the wings to help out defensive duties, when you have a 38-year-old up at front who has to play for the counter, then it will always be hard. But I think we've seen multiple times now throughout the period where Ruud has been here. The 4-4-2, when it works defensively, makes it so hard for them to create quality chances. They'll get a few from the wings, and it has to come from the wings because we're defending our central area so well, making it hard for them to get the clear-cut chance. And I think that's what impresses me most, because when this 4-4-2 works, and if you have watched, the coach's voice video where he describes how he beat Ajax in the cup final over in Holland, this was the same defensive setup where they didn't get a single shot on target all game. And remember, we are relegation candidates. We're currently in the bottom 3, playing against a title-chasing Arsenal. Despite their injuries, they should have been able to create way more than they have this first half. And that is due to how Ruud has set us up and how the players have played to his instructions. There are things that tweak about the system and that give me some discomfort. But I think overall, when the 4-4-2 works, we look rock solid defensively.
Yeah, Matt, he's got a good point. He says, Neil, it feels like this lineup, we can sustain that compact discipline for the majority of the second half. I think on paper, I'd agree with you. I think because our clean sheet record is so awful, that's what terrifies me. Because that's the thing is you just have that one moment where you turn off or, it's just got, do you know, this sort of reminds me of, this is like some of the games we've had against Man City in the past. We've basically played really good for the whole game. And then like Kevin De Bruyne just smacks one in from like 25 yards out, or Vincent Kompany. And you're like, overall, I can't be that unhappy. It just shows you what class is. But I will say, I'm looking at the benches. Arsenal's bench, they've literally got no attacking options. Calafiori, Zinchenko, Tierney, Kivior, Ben White, Jorginho, Mikel Merino, and a youth academy product called Nathan Butler Oyedeji. So there's basically no attackers there. So that, I think, actually goes to your point there, Matty B, that like, yes, I suppose in theory, the only thing is that you'll get tired, right? So let's see. That's the thing that worries me, especially indeed he's not had too many game time. I mean, with JJ off, indeed he's the most important player. Locks, what did you make of that half?
Yeah, solid half. Promising signs, some worrying signs as well. Obviously, just some moments and stuff. And every time they get a set piece, you shit yourself. But it's not too bad. You've got to be happy with it. 0-0, against Arsenal. I will say as well, by the way, that I think from what I've read online, the 14th minute protest went down like a fart in a lift. Nothing really happened there. So
from our stream, what we watched, we definitely heard "We want Rocket Out" chants. The commentators talked about it. The cameras went on to a sign. I've seen it pop up on Twitter by someone not Leicester related with the sign they were saying, and then a picture, then the camera went to John Rodkin, and even the commentators, the Danish commentators, were aware of the issues that they really didn't like Rodkin due to this and this. So the word has gotten around that if the Danish commentators, with their preparation for the game, are able to highlight that story, especially when normally, right, Danish coverage, they're also always following the Big Six, and I think it's the same in the UK. So when they're able to not just talk about the Big Six there and Arsenal, the title chasers, but go in depth about the situation at Leicester, I think that's really useful. And as well, we made that protest, but now the focus from the fans seems to be on, backing the boys, chanting for Leicester. And I like that because the protest, in my eyes, should by now be done. We are half-time against title-chasing Arsenal. We're 0-0. Focus on backing the boys. We've made our voices heard. People have spotted it, and it's been posted online. It's gone the rounds on social media, and that's the most important thing for this protest. Now we need to focus on the game and backing the boys.
100%, mate. 100%. Do we all see Ndidi last in 90 minutes today? I mean, I hope
think so.
Because
I think
you
so.
best believe
he got spared against United. Remember,
it has been 8 days, I suppose, since United game. 8 days. Do you think that helps? Those extra few days.
He would stay on for as long as there's a chance of us getting something from the game. If let's say they were 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go, then maybe Rude would change him. But I think if we're going to get anything out of this game, he's got to be, even if he's basically walking around like a dead man, he's got to be on the pitch.
You saw it against United, right?
Just before they start the half, can all of you give me your face to the camera when Ndidi comes off for Harry Winks or Skip?
That's my face.
I'll save mine.
You're going to save yours for when it happens.
I'll save mine. Yeah, I'll save mine.
We need the boy. We need him so badly.
You got to say, Samari, he can push up higher and win the ball back, and he's been pretty good. He had one moment where he got caught on it, which I felt was a bit unfortunate. He was trying to do a turn, and it was like a bit of a tussle. But again, you see the improvement. Like he can basically operate higher up the pitch, which just helped. Although I do think right at the end there, when he put the cross in, he could have done a bit better there, Samari. But
Rude must have been watching my pre-match today. High line, get Boober advanced. It's working. But the first few minutes after the second half, I think Duck mentioned it. We always a bit susceptible to a goal, aren't we? We come out half asleep. So please, first 5-10 minutes, really stay sharp, stay focused, and just don't concede, and then we'll see how the game goes.
Yeah, and
this is Cody on to see out the draw, guys.
No. I thought when you said that, man, you actually saw it happening, but I would have been worried. But I want to just say, just shortly before we head back, I can see the game's about to start soon. I've been keeping my eyes on my second monitor on the Cardiff game. Will Alves has looked a real threat today, beating multiple people multiple times. That's just a slight little positive. If we get a point here against Arsenal, and Will Alves drops a
flying back at half time, get him on to come.
Get him on the pitch, man. I can see he can cut in the championship. He can cut it against Arsenal. But no, he looks great, and that's just a little positive to get out there for you guys.
Yeah. There we go. You said the game's about to start, did you? Is that what you said?
It's about to start. The players are getting back on the pitch.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Boys. We'll see you for
time.
instant reaction. Bye-bye. The good news is that Wilf isn't off yet. So that's the positive for you. That's the positive for you. Okay. Come out like we did against Spurs, says Caleb McDaniel. Easy Azabaza says next season he will be great to watch. Doesn't look like any changes. Yeah, that's not a surprise. Any substitutions? Nope. No substitutions as of yet, mate. No substitutions. I wouldn't risk him for the full 90 if there's any doubt about his fitness. He's too important for the fixtures we've got coming up where our prospect of getting points is better. That's very true as well, Drift Awake, mate. That's a very, very, very more than valid point. And there we go. The clock has begun. The timer is back on. Here we go in this second half as Bilal El Khanous kicks us off. Hermanson goes long. Leicester scrapping for the ball here. Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew on it with it. Jordan Ayew, heavy touch there. He's so slow. He is literally a snail. He is literally a snail. Back to the keeper, Mads Hermanson. Luke Thomas says, up the Foxes. Get ready for the inevitable storm. Says Sean James. There's over 2,000, nearly 2,000 of you watching on both platforms. So please, if you are watching on X, head over to YouTube and say hello. Make sure to get your comments in and let us know what you thought. Bilal El Khanous now has been carded. Bilal El Khanous has just had a yellow card for a tackle on Thomas Partey. We have 2 snails on the wing, says Mr. Fatawu. Let's have a look at this challenge. Yeah, no wrong with that, really. No wrong with that, really. Did he win the ball? He did win the ball. He won the ball. Remember, everybody, at full time in this game, we're not going anywhere. We're going to the instant match reaction. So what that basically means is there's a live redirect that happens. And you don't have to change anything. You just get switched automatically over to our instant match reaction. Here's Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew. Victor Christensen running down the left. Ooh. Timber gets there first. Christensen gets another foot on it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. And Partey never got a yellow for his trip in the first half. Exactly, mate. Exactly. That's a yellow. I don't think it's a yellow. But he got a yellow. Jordan Ayew Jordan Ayew trips Thomas Partey this time. Gives away a free kick. Deep in Arsenal's half. Oh, look at this, man. Foxy 420 UK. Look at this. Just want to say I love watching you locks and the boys week in, week out and getting all the LCFC news. And share, like, and subscribe, everyone. Look, mate, big shout out to you. As I was saying in the first half, this channel, we don't want your money. That's why we're not doing any Patreon or stuff like that. But the option, of course, is always there for people to support the channel in any way they want, whether it's just liking or commenting or subscribing or giving a super chat or a membership. So massive shout out to you, mate. Thank you so much for your hard-earned cash, £5. And trust me when I say this, it goes straight back into the channel. Everything does. Yeah, so it's very much appreciated, mate. Thank you again, Foxy. I'm really glad you enjoyed the content. That is the thing that means the most. That is the thing that means the most. Next time, don't even spend £5, mate. Just put that comment but in the live chat and I'll read it out, mate. But thank you again. Locks, very pleased you're not going down the Patreon route or merchandising. Sorry to say it's where content creators rip off their viewers. Yeah, here come Arsenal. It's a chance for Arsenal. And Ndidi clears out Raheem Sterling. Yeah, mate, look. There may be an option in the future, Michael, for people to buy merchandise. And that's only because some people have asked for it. If there is merchandise, it's not going to be forced down your throat. It's not going to be... Yeah, there's not going to be anything to it. It's just going to be an option. If somebody wants to buy a T-shirt with BTG on it, then they can do. If somebody wants to buy a T-shirt with Quack Quack talking about Duck, they can do. But there's no plans for it yet, mate. I'm just letting you know it could come in the future, but nothing else yet. Nothing else. Here comes Raheem Sterling down the left. Good tackle there by Woyo Koulibaly. Wins the ball. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Josiah says, get Ayew off. Aaron says, get that donkey off. Foxy says, we love you, lad, mate. Thank you again. Thank you again, mate. It's really, really, really massively appreciated, mate. Honestly. Thank you so much. It was a great tackle. It was a great tackle by Wilfred Ndidi to win the ball there for Raheem Sterling. Blue titted glasses, please. Potentially, mate. Who knows? Who knows? We'll get some better ones than these. Are you jogging in defence? Sub him now. Fungus Eater says, I don't remember Lenny Glover. We need to that type of winger. Loving the channel. Thank you, Tube Tot, again, mate. Much appreciated. So that's what I'm saying. You don't need to spend your money to tell me. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, look, you can support the channel. Of course you can. You know, it's much appreciated. But just comments like this as well, man. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody. Victor Christiansen. Caleb Okoli. Mads Hermansen. Okoli. Christiansen. Oh, what's happened there? Is that a foul? Yeah, it's a foul on Vardy. Free kick to Leicester. We're playing with 10 men with Ayew on the pitch. He's too slow, says Josiah. Yeah. Here's El Canoes. He's going to have to play it back to Fast. Fast just smacks his foot through it, gets it forward. Saliba makes a meal of it, though, and Vardy's won it. Decoder overreads offside, yeah. Yeah, John, that's it, mate. Look, the way I see it, John, let me tell you how I see it. So, content will always be free. That's the problem with Patreon. People are putting content that fans, Leicester fans, want to see. They're putting content behind a wall, right? A paywall. So we won't do that. Now, of course, people can super chat. People can gift memberships. Maybe one day people could buy t-shirts, but that's not stopping you from watching content. So that's where my standpoint is on it, mate. There won't be a Patreon. I can assure you that right now. And even on the memberships, there won't be anything that gives you the option to pay to watch something. You know, that won't happen. Locks, when it comes to halftime analysis, why don't you feature on the panel? It's because I feature a little bit, but I have to go and refilm it. You know what I mean? I'm here for the whole 45 minutes. Both 45 minutes is I need to go to the toilet, need to grab a drink, and then I come back for a little bit before we end. As Josiah says, we are Zimmer Frame FC up front. All of our forwards are well past it. You need more physicality and fitness in the Prem. One of Manny's strongest viewpoints on football is that. Here is a corner for Arsenal. Declan Rice will put it into the box. Dangerous for Leicester, this. Ball in. Ooh, is that going to be another corner? I think it is. It's another corner. Not calling Ayew Chugosaurus anymore. Well, I mean, that was Manny's quote. Ayew is a Chugosaurus. So now that you've reminded me, I just forgot. Yes, he's a Chugosaurus. Yeah, of course. Like I said, that's I see it the same way. Making people pay for videos, making people pay to comment. I see it the same way. Not happening. Of course, there's a priority, right? So if there's 20 comments in the chat and somebody does a super chat, then I will. It's big and bold. I'll spot it first. So I'll read it out. But no, every comment comes up on screen, as you've seen for the last 45 minutes. Selling Cannon was a massive mistake. It's an interesting one. It's one that we've spoken about a lot on the channel. That Ndidi is class, mate. He's incredible. He's incredible. Thank God he's back. Christiansen. Here is Wilf. Back to Christiansen. He hits it forward. Off the head of Ayew. Playing head tennis here. Ayew falls over under no fucking pressure. It's going to be a Leicester foul. Maybe we can stay up. We're doing a lot better today, and Ndidi does make the difference. They ask for Patreon, and they always say it's because it helps with the running of the channel, plus they plead poverty, yet they tend to stay when they are going on holidays to States, Asia, or Europe. Yeah, so again, Michael, don't worry about it with us, mate. As I've said, any donations, any super chats, any memberships, they go back into the channel we pay for graphic designers, we pay for all of the tech that needs to happen. So that's where it goes. It just covers any losses. But we would never, and you record this, and I can assure you, we will never, ever, ever make anybody pay for content. I can promise you that. Guarantee it, mate. Guarantee it. Yeah, Clemo's not doing it again because he thought it was for the beer. So now that he knows it's not for the beer, he's not going to do anymore. Even an academy youngster could at least offer some pace at the break. Jeremy Munger. Yeah, Jeremy Munger. Okoli absolutely clatters Timber. Clatters him. 0-0 still, 10 minutes into the second half. I thought so too. I thought Munger would be here. It's a shame he's not, mate. It is a shame he's not. Arsenal being patient here at the back. I do know why they're booing Partey. Yeah, it's because he's a unconvicted. How do I say this without demonetization? Google it. Fungus eater, thinking your good attitude is the reason. Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you again. Like I said, it's really, really much appreciated. Like I said, when I said that any memberships and super chats cover the cost, cover the loss, whatever, I haven't got a problem with that because this is a hobby. This isn't a business. This isn't me trying to get money out of anybody. This is a hobby. And normally people, when they have a hobby, it costs them money, right? If you go bowling, if bowling's your hobby, it costs you money. If you like going on holiday or whatever, you know what I mean? If playing FIFA and buying FIFA, it's a hobby, right? Here come Arsenal into the box. Nwaneri. He's gone wide. Raheem Sterling. But yeah, it's a hobby, and this is a hobby for me. So and it costs money. So I'm aware of that. If I didn't want to lose money, I wouldn't do it, would I? So just don't worry about it. We're not getting any of your money. Great. Get IU off. Sean says redacted, yeah. The R word, Aaron says, yeah. The fallout with LCFC Fan TV was the best thing that could have happened, to be fair. I mean, yeah. I didn't see it as a fallout as such. I just saw it as Phil from Leicester Fan TV being a boomer who is incapable of... He's just like a narcissist, basically, Phil is. Here comes Raheem Sterling. Partey. Back heel. Gabriel. Odegaard shoots, blocks this time by, I think it was Ndidi. Martin Odegaard. Raheem Sterling, Ndidi gets right in there and wins the corner. Beautiful stuff again from Wilfred Ndidi. Yeah, no, Phil's a narcissist who doesn't let people who work or do content on his channel for free, by the way. He doesn't let them go on other channels. So it's like if I said to Manny, you're not allowed on Foss Hub anymore because you do stuff for me. And yeah. And then threaten to sack people, even though they're not employed. Here's the corner for Arsenal. Declan Rice to deliver. This will be another dangerous one. Ball in. Off the head of Wilfred Indeed. Caleb Okoli this time. I think there was a push in the back. There was a push in the back, and they've just ignored it. It's going to be another corner. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah, there was a right push in the back there from Miles Lewis-Skelly. Here we go. It's another one. Ball delivered by Arsenal. Cleared again this time. And there was another push. And finally, the referee's seen it. Jesus. Salsarin says, put Facundo and Mavadidi on. Take IU out. Don't worry, mate. It's all good. No goal. No goal, no goal, no goal. There was another. That's two in a row. Two corners in a row that we've just been barged in the back. And the referee's gone, What did he say? Push. I didn't see it. "60 minutes on the clock." Snail, i.e. the snail. Okoli, Hermanson. Hermanson hits it forward. Didn't find anyone. There we go. Arsenal will have a chance here. Nwaneri shoots over the bar. Woof. Dangerous that for Leicester. Good strike from Nwaneri. Just a little bit too much on it over the bar. Thanks again to Foxy420 UK, mate, for the £5 super chat. Love watching you locks and the boys week in, week out and getting all the Leicester news. Share, like, and subscribe. Listen to Foxy. He's just paid £5 just to tell you guys to subscribe and like. So there we go. What a guy. Ayew needs to come off immediately. He needs to come off immediately. And Ndidi again. Wilfred Ndidi. He's fucking everywhere. Wilfred Ndidi. He'll take the ball from you. Here's El Khanous. Wayo Koulibaly on the right hand side. Back to Wilfred Ndidi. El Khanous. Oh, cleared for a Leicester City corner. Ayew is killing us, agree. Seems like Arsenal are picking up the tempo. Finally called the Arsenal fouls in the box. Get that old man off now. All right, it's time for subs, says Sean. The game is just heating up slightly. Here we go. Here's the corner for Leicester City. Ball delivered. Ooh, it's a bit of a horrible one. Okoli off Okoli's head. No. Back to Jordan Ayew. Ayew this time. He does his man. He delivers a ball to the back post. Cleared. Wout Faes is in there still. Nope. El Khanous. Wayo Koulibaly, he just plays it back to Mads Hermansen. Sensible option there, being pressed by two men. Hermansen now hits it long on the wide left. Ayew will get up to try and win it. He doesn't. And Ndidi just lashes his foot at it. Finds Jamie Vardy, I think. Vardy up against Saliba. Saliba just hits his foot through it this time. It's scrappy as fuck, guys. This is scrappy. Victor Christiansen. Ball across. Raya saves this time. The game is heating up. Has Jono been kicked off the other inferior channel now then? Jono got a message from Phil saying, yeah, you can't go on other channels. You can't do it. You can't help locks grow. Like they were helping me. Anyway. So yeah, Jono thought, oh, well, I'm a Leicester fan. I want to go on another Leicester fan channel. And when he did, Phil sent an RC message saying, how dare you? How dare you go on other channels? That's not right. Anyway. But he's not been kicked off as far as I'm aware. You'll find out on, is it Thursdays they do their show? I think it's Thursdays. If he's there, then he hasn't been kicked. Ayew is like an extra player for Arsenal. Trossard looks like he's tired a bit, yeah. Oh, Samari lashes at it this time, out for a throw-in. That's not good from Bouba Samari there. Here's Ayew again, holding off his man. There we go. He plays in Samari. Oh, Bouba Samari, what are you doing? Bouba, no. Oh, my God. Is that going to be a goal kick for Leicester? It should be. Or a corner. I think it's a corner. What the feck was that? Salsurin wants on Facundo. Who do you want on? You let me know. Oh, now Samari's giving away a free kick on the edge of the area here for Arsenal. Lost his head a little bit, Samari. 10 men and a snail. Time for subs. I would place a bet that Ayew isn't the one that comes off first. That would be my bet. So let's see. Well, do you think you could be Ayew? I mean, my tits would weigh me down a bit, mate. My tits would weigh me down. And the belly would weigh me down even more. So I don't know if I would beat him in a race. Maybe when he's 55, I could probably just about do him, I reckon. Not any time yet. Subs Rude says, truly Ethan, he wants subs now. I think everybody wants subs now. Only watch BTG and Fun and Whistle. Jack's food reviews are always entertaining. Yeah. Yeah, Jack's a good guy. He was on Leicester Fan TV. He got fucked over by them too. So, yeah, Jono, the one who lives in Newcastle. Here is Odegaard. It's going to be dangerous. Ball delivered. Back post. Off Caleb Okoli's head. Sterling. Shot from Miles Skelly. It's going to be Timber now on this far side. What can he do with it? Gabriel. Sterling. Ball delivered by Raheem Sterling. Cleared by Ayew this time. It's a long story, Mr. Fatawu, mate. It's a long story. Which part? The bit with me or the bit recently? Vardy running down the left. Blocked by Thomas Partey. I think that's going to be is that not a throw-in for Leicester? No. Play on, the ref says. Jordan Ayew goes in. He wins the ball. Bobby D. Cordova-Reid shoots into the hands of Raya. The game is heating up, and Arsenal are going to be the first. They will be. Oh, no, Jack's fine. Me and Jack are fine. Oh, sorry. Jack, I don't know. You'll have to ask him, mate. Phil's was just a knobhead to him, I think, which isn't a surprise because Phil's just a knobhead. Here we go. Arsenal, ball across. Declan Rice, Samari gets rid of it this time. Strong performance here by Leicester defensively. Bobby Reid looks for Woyo Koulibaly. Too much on it by Bobby Reid, and it goes back to Gabriel. With me, I was doing a show on Leicester Fan TV every Thursday night at 7 p.m, and then I started this channel, but I carried on doing the show with them because I wanted to stay loyal to them. I wasn't just going to drop them in the shit. But because I started this channel, he kicked off and said, nobody can have a competing channel. Nobody can do this. Nobody can do that. So, yeah. Odegaard. Woyo. D. Cordova-Reid. El Canouse. Indeed, he kits it forward. Bobby Reid fouls Saliba there. Sandit, Phil looks like, yeah, he gives off a good impression, mate. He does give off a good impression of being nice, but honestly, to work for, I would imagine it would be horrible. I feel sorry for Reedy. Reedy's not even allowed to message me anymore because he's been threatened with his job, basically. How mad is that? It's fun to see Leicester actually playing. Games opened up. Get Daka on for Reid and Facundo on for Ayew. Aaron White says, Rude, some subs would be nice around now. Just tuned in. How's the game been so far? It's been a solid defensive performance, mate. It's been a solid defensive performance by Leicester, but Arsenal are causing some issues now. Here's Trossard. Ball delivered. Headed away by Ayew. Miles Skelly here. Miles Lewis Skelly. Rice. Partey. Gabriel. Andy wants to join us. Partey. Odegaard. Nwaneri. Oh, Okoli does well. Defends it well. Goal kick for Leicester. Feels like Rude is reactive rather than proactive, which is frustrating, Aaron, because if you remember back to the first two games of Rude's tenure, he was very proactive, right? He would make subs before we even really needed them, and it worked off. And now, just feels very good when we have Ndidi back. He makes a massive, massive, massive difference for us. Just want to say I love watching. Yeah, again, massive shout out to you, Foxy, mate. Thanks for the super chat there. Koulibaly's been great. If you get some pace on the pitch. Okoli doing well, says Peter. Was that not a foul on Jordan Ayew? Caleb Okoli wins the ball there very well. Arsenal throw in. Steffi Mavididi is getting some instructions, everybody. Steffi Mavididi is warming up and getting some instructions. He will be coming on for Leicester City very, very soon. Will it be Ayew or will it be Reed? I've got a feeling it'll be Ayew. For Reed, sorry. Timber for Arsenal. Great ball delivered! Mikel Merino very close to tapping it in for a 1-0 lead for Arsenal, but Leicester survive once again. 20 minutes on the clock. Mavididi coming on. What will happen in the last 20 minutes of this game? Mate, how are we getting on? We've had a solid defensive performance. We've been quite toothless going forwards, mate. We've had a couple of chances. Steffi Mavididi will be the player to come on next, though, for Leicester. Well, the only player to come on so far for Leicester. I'm very happy with this score, says Cake Eater. Sean says Bobby Reed, most likely. Timber plays in Nwaneri. Christensen does well this time. Vardy goes right in on Timber. Lovely stuff, Vardy. No nonsense. Get fucking rid. Mavididi coming on. AKA Zaha 2.0. Zaha was by far a better player than Mavididi, mate. Zaha was by far better than Mavididi. Koulibaly coming on, but I get you. Oh, yeah, he did. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Do you guys rate Ayew? No. This ref will not give us a free kick in midfield. Okoli, absolutely awesome, says Gray. Yeah. Go on, Koulibaly. Oh, he's made a meal of that. Just play safe. Nice. Wilfred Ndidi. Wout phase. Should go to Hermanson. He does. He's got Okoli as an option or he's got to go long. One of the two. He goes long. Ayew tries to win the header, but he doesn't. Samari does win it, but there's no one there to pick up the scraps. Oh, although Thomas Partey gives it away to Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew will get forward up here now. There is El Khanous in the middle. If he plays him in, he doesn't. He goes across goal! Oh, no. That was a chance and a half. Jordan Ayew sprays it across the goal. And I think it was D. Cordova-Reid who was nearly there to tap it in at the far post. Jordan Ayew gets forward. He smacks it as hard as he can. Miles Lewis-Skelly just taps it, just gets a foot on it. Otherwise, it's D. Cordova-Reid's to tap in all day long. Good defending by him and a good chance for Leicester. Here we go. It's going to be Victor Christensen to take the corner. It's a good ball. Good ball. Vardy. Oh, cleared. I know, mate. Tell me about it. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord, indeed, mate. The game just heated up. Such a chance for a snail assist. It's going to be a Leicester City throw-in now. Goes down the wing to Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed's being just tugged and pulled here. Not tugged. Valentine's Day was yesterday. Bobby Reed still got it here. He's being held back. He's done all right though. And yeah, Leicester give away a throw-in. Ayew is coming off. Ayew doesn't look too happy. Caliafori coming on for Arsenal. Jorginho coming on for Arsenal as well. Here comes Steffi Mavididi. The former Arsenal man actually came through the academy. Feel sorry for Ayew a bit. He looks sad. Yeah, I mean, Ayew just created a great chance, by the way, lads. I mean, I know you saw it, but you know, I get your point. I get your point. We have been calling for him to come off for a while now, but he did just create a very good chance. Caliafori is on for Miles Lewis-Skelly. By the way, there's nearly 3,000 of you here, so thank you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Arsenal will have a chance to come forward now. Declan Rice, for some reason, there's loads of men forward here. Oh, Hermanson saves. Fast just tries to get his foot through it, and it's going to be another corner. A chance for Arsenal as soon as play is resumed after the start. Ayew always had a face like a slap dart. Should have scored with a little bit of body pressure from Reed. Jorginho is the weaker of the two DMs. Creating one chance doesn't excuse his terrible performance. I mean, to be honest with you, mate, he's not been the worst player on the pitch. But I'm agreeing with you to a certain degree. I get your point. Here we go. It's going to be Lewis. Who is this taking the corner? I'm not sure, but it's been delivered. There's a foul in there somewhere. There we go. There was a foul. The referee's blown it, and it's going to be a free kick to Leicester. Can see a winner here. Not sure which way. Save or off the post. The Hermanson one? I'm not sure. I haven't got 4K footage, unfortunately, so I can't tell you. You can see the clock, people. You can see how long's left. Rude also having a chat with Dawson. Is it Dawson? It is Dawson, isn't it? It is Dawson. I'm sure it's Dawson. Is it Dawson? What's his first name? I can't remember. The one who took over for fucking Brentford when we got slapped up. Late winner inbound, got City. Would you take Craig Dawson on a free? No. Looks like a save onto the post. I don't want a repeat of what happened last time against Arsenal. Time for Steffi to step up. You're in a good mood today. Am I? It was off the post. Here come Arsenal. Rice. Koulibaly steps up and wins it. Ooh. He's clattered, though. He's clattered. A little bit late, that was. Koulibaly. Ben Dawson, that's the one. Thank you, mate. Sorry, I completely forgot for a second there. 12 minutes, people. 12 minutes left of normal time. That's it. What is going to happen in these last few minutes? Remember, people, at full time, we are going to go to the instant match reaction, which is going to be mental. No, I'm joking. But if you're watching on YouTube, you get redirected there, basically. So head over to YouTube to make sure you get redirected to our instant match reaction, where the lads will do the player ratings and all of that. You're even able to vote for the player ratings yourselves. We will send you a link and you can fill in your match ratings. Who is that in a boot? James Justin is in a boot. James Justin is in a boot. He's finally back on the bench. I really like how aggressively Koulibaly defends, says Luke Thomas. And Didi back to Koulibaly. Lovely into El Khanous. Good play that from Leicester. Bilal El Khanous. Here's Steffi Mavididi. Steffi Mavididi. What was that? What did you try and do? I'm not sure what he tried to do. Anyway. Caliafori, advantage Arsenal after a foul. Caliafori for Arsenal. Mikel Merino. He's put a ball in the box. Okoli clears. Declan Rice. Oh, Timber. Ball in. Goal for Arsenal. Mikel Merino. 1-0. There we go. What a surprise. A solid defensive performance all game, undone by just one moment where Mikel Merino headers it in. There we go. And that will be all she wrote. We won't get a win now and we won't get a point now. Now that Arsenal are winning, I can see more likely a 1-0, 2-0 win, something like that. But yeah, we're done. That's it for the game today. That's just not true, is it? It's just not true. It's not true. It's Mavididi, if anyone. Like you can't blame Ayew for that. It's Mavididi. If anyone, it's Mavididi. Yeah, well, I've been saying it for a week, probably a month. How to show fight now and nick something, no choice. Change it up now, nothing to lose. Vardy will pull us level. Simple goal conceded. Yep. Victor Christensen has allowed the cross easily all season. The thing that annoys me the most is that Mavididi comes on after fucking barely featuring in however many weeks, needs to make an impact. He's in a good area. He's got Victor Christensen making the run, the overlap once again, ignores him, makes a meal of it, and then they got the other end and score. And that's not the first time that happened. I think it was Brentford where we did get slapped up. Woyo Koulibaly into the box. Buba Samari. Toothless. It's not even lucky, Gra, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's not luck. Reactive Rude about to make some subs. Well, he made subs, right? He made subs before the goal. He brought on Mavididi, which people wanted, by the way. People wanted it. But yeah, I get your point. He could have made 2. He could have made 2. He could have made 3. There's always that. Here come Arsenal again. Well, FaZe keeps it in, actually, which was good from him. He's going to just hit it. Yeah. Mavididi and Christensen do not get on. Never seen two players ignore each other like this pair. This has been a season-long issue. Perspective, lads. These lot are second. We are 18th. Yeah. I hate Arsenal. At least Liverpool win the league. Story of the season. Chances not taken, then concede again. Who's coming on? Facundo Buonanotte is coming on, mate. And Daka. Facundo Buonanotte is on for Wilfred Ndidi. Buonanotte on and Ndidi off. Patson, Daka on. Bobby D. Cordova-Reid off. So again, Ndidi and D. Cordova-Reid off. Daka and Buonanotte on. I am hanging my hat on Leicester's final 5 games when we play Southampton, Ipswich and Wolves. The other 2 games are Bournemouth and Forest, ever the optimist. Yeah, it's a fair enough. That's a fair take, that, mate. Timber gets challenged by Mavididi. Mavididi runs forward. Steffi Mavididi coming down the left now. He's fouled. Yellow card. Finally, Facundo on. 4-4-2 time. So, Sean, if we play like this the rest of the season, we will stay up. Nathan, do I need to show you the James Maddison tweet from 2 years ago when he said, play like this and we'll be absolutely fine, and then we end up getting relegated? How are you, Jeff? Gray says. Sean says, watch it look worse. Maybe. We'll see. Wolves have got a great run of fixtures coming up, and I'm sorry to say I think we're done for. So, yes, I'm the same, Tom. I'm the same. Here's the ball from Victor Christensen to the back post, off Fass's head. No. That's true as well, by the way, people. Look what we did against Man City. Played so well, lost, and then lost, 3 games on the spin after that? And poor from Mavididi again there. He's shit. Mavididi's shit. He's shit. He's so bad. They're all as bad as each other. This is what I keep saying to Manny, man. They're all as bad as each other. Oh, but he's quick. Yeah, I don't care if he's quick. He's fucking shit. They are all shit. All of them are shit. I don't care if one is faster than the other. I don't care if one is stronger than the other. I don't care if one is better at shooting than the other. I don't care if one bakes a cake better than the other. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0. I mean, it's Christensen's man. What is Victor Christensen doing? What the fuck is Victor Christensen doing? What on earth is that? Oh my God. We play well. We tried. GG's. VK is at fault for both goals. No, I don't think so. The second one, 100%. It don't matter though, Brian. You know what I mean? This is my whole thing, right? Like, I'm sick to the back teeth this season of saying, well, we played well. We played well. You know what I mean? We played well. I mean, factually, right? For 70% of the game, we played well. But we've lost. And it means absolutely nothing that we played well. It means fucking nothing. It means as much as when we beat Villa and Spurs back to back in January 2023. That means as much as us playing well today and us playing well against Man City. At least them ones we won back in 2023. What are we doing here? We don't win games. We don't win games. We don't win games. And of course, I expected this. No one is saying, and I'm definitely not saying, well, we should have beat these. But that doesn't excuse, we've lost. We've lost again, and that's all that matters. That is literally the only thing that matters here. It's Arsenal. I know it's Arsenal, but what happens when we play Brentford, Brian? What happens when we play Wolves? We lose them all. Tottenham's the only one we don't lose to, right? And I think, in fact, Tottenham is probably the only team this season we will do the double over. And we didn't even do a double. We only beat them once. We didn't beat them twice. We drew the other one. But you know what I mean? Spurs will be the only team that we don't lose against this season. I am all but convinced of that. Because what are the other games we didn't lose? Everton in the first game, we didn't lose, but then we lost the second one. Palace, same there. Bournemouth, we'll get battered by Bournemouth when we play them next. The thing is, Brian, we won't know, right? We won't play like this. That's the point I'm making. We won't play like this against them teams because what happened when we played Everton? What happened when we played Everton? What happened when we played Wolves? What happened when we played Brentford? What happened when we played Palace? What happened when we played Ipswich? We drew. We don't win games of football this season. We've won 4 in 26 games, 25 games. Two minutes left for the end of the game. Highlight of the stream so far. Thanks, Foxy, mate. Just want to say, love watching you, the boys, week in, week out. Getting all the LCFC news. Share, like, and subscribe. 4 wins out of 25 is atrocious. Should have kept Cannon. Individual errors that cost us. Stadium empty him. Don't blame him. Don't blame him. Can't even score a consolation goal. Final third, we're clueless. Another game without a goal. I switched off. Thank you for not switching me off. Very much appreciated, Harji. We don't win because look at our attack. Vardy doesn't ever try. Yep. Yep. We can't be individual errors FC, but we are. We can't be. We shouldn't be, but we are. We are. That's what we are. One minute left. Don't go anywhere, people, because when we're done here, there will be a redirect over to the instant reaction. If you're watching on X, if you're watching on Twitter, because I know there is a fucking lot of you. How many? There's 3,000 of you watching on X. 3,000. If you're watching on X, like the 3,000 of you are, it's no good because you won't get the instant reaction. You need to go over to YouTube now, and then when we finish, you'll be redirected to the instant reaction, and you'll hear a fucking rant from Luke. Spam in the chat, yes, if you are looking forward to a rant from Aussie Luke. Okoli is a breath of fresh air, said Gray. Here in Sydney, Brian. So do we blame PSR for getting relegated this season? I don't know what to blame. Vardy, El Kanouche, Steffi Mavididi, shoots, shit. Christensen, he'll deliver a ball this time. Raya clears. And Arsenal come again now, 2-on-2. 2-on-2 for Arsenal. Odegaard, Declan Rice. Samari gets rid. Everyone's looking forward to Luke. Same story every week. Good performance, but no result because we have no attack. But whose fault is that when we bring nobody in? The protest top isn't even there. Yes. You know why Top ain't there? Because he's a coward and he's a cook. That's why Top ain't there. That's why Top ain't there. But he goes to the... where was he last week? He goes to Old Trafford. He'll go to Old Trafford, right? He'll go to Old Trafford. But he won't go to the King Power. He won't go to King Power, but he'll go to Old Trafford. Probably had a corporate meeting with Woodward. Not Woodward, the other one. Ineos guy. Prob's playing polo. Listen, we've got more important things to talk about, guys. And unfortunately, if you're watching on Twitter, you won't see this. So you've got to go to YouTube. Again, I keep saying. Match ratings. Click this link. The link is in the YouTube chat. Click on this link and put your match ratings. There will be one for every single player, every single substitute, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and the referee. That many people. All of them people you can put your ratings for. And a nil will bring it up on screen. How mad is that? Oh, technology. So yeah, get on the match ratings. They are there. If you're on Twitter, again, they're not on Twitter, so you're gonna have to head over to YouTube. Tough luck. Head over to YouTube, click this link, and give your match ratings. So is now a good time to protest? Well, yeah. Ask Manny. Manny is the judge when it comes to when you can and can't protest. No, I'm joking. Right. Gray says we should string Rudkin up. Okay, we're not going to do that. Sorry for reading that comment out. That's not very good. Great result. We only lost 2-0 at home to Arsenal. That's what people will be saying. Well done, lads. I can see them now in the stands. Well done, lads. A 2-0 defeat. Good job. Well done, boys. That will keep us up in the league this season. Play like that against Oxford United next season. We'll be absolutely fine. Delusion is wonderful. Blue Fox says, thanks for sticking with it again. Look, as always, I'll be here every week. You know. So will Anil, so will Luke, so will Manny. Well, maybe not Manny, because I think he's got a lot of work coming up. But me, Luke, and Anil will be here every week. You know that. Manny had a stinker last night. No, some of his views, some people agree. That's what football's all about, man. Some people agree with him and some people don't. It's just how it works. Buzz says, guess what? And Ndidi went off and we concede. Yeah, I think we already conceded one at that point there, hadn't we? But yeah. I'd say, actually, I'll turn it on its head. Ayew went off and Ayew went off and we conceded. I mean, if we're going to do this, if we're going to play this game, right, Ayew went off and we conceded. Well done, lads, and get a blue Peter badge, yeah. Crap to see subs change the game. Caleb said, look forward to bringing nothing in during the summer and then struggling in the championship. Guess what? And Ndidi went off and we concede. Yes, yeah. Starting to feel bad for RVN. I mean, what can he do with no attackers? Top needs. Yeah, I'm going to write that comment up. Foxes never quit, says Brian. JJ went off and we conceded 2. There you go. Yeah, see, if we're going to play this game, Boz. You're right, Boz. You're right. Mavididi about as useful as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Ayew created the best chance of the game with his cross to the back post, to be honest. Play some attackers. 4-4-2 going forward. Shot shy and flat up front today. Why is Edouard Bot given even a chance? Get ready for consecutive relegations. 100% Dara. I totally agree with you, mate. You actually did a good second half. Manny was spot on last night. Get a grip. There we go, Sean. Bring it on. Mavididi gave the ball away without challenging the goal. Philip says Woyo and Okoli were good. Send Fast and VK to the Turkish league. Absolute garbage and rather play out under 21s. Ahmed said most depressing shit. Ayew was promising. Ahmed says. David says stop acting like a 12-year-old. Locks. Well, thanks for joining in on that, mate. Aaron says we have young attackers that we should integrate. Alves, Monga. Woyo won like every 1v1 duel. Hi, what score were you expecting, Locks? Come on, bud. We were good for 70 minutes. Exactly, Vaughan. And this is my point. I said it many times during the watch along. My whole point is that if playing well kept you in the league, then we'd be sound. We'd be great. We'd be mid-table maybe. But it doesn't. And goals and points win you games. Goals and points keep you up in the Premier League, and we're not getting them. Can't wait for the Championship. The fact that Ayew was the most promising player. The fact that Ayew was the most promising player is promising. It's that Locks kit. It's that kit Locks were cursed. Yeah. Hope the players were booed. They were clapped off. Well done, lads. That 2-0 loss will do as well in the Championship against Wickham. RVN can play kids instead of these fat wages earners. VK needs to leave. Sorry, the fact that Ayew is the most promising player is depressing. No goals in the last 6 home league games is so bad. Is that true? Wow. Ayew is slow, but Mavididi is lazy. So who do you choose? That's a good point as well. Do you think JJ out may be a turning point? I mean, no. The ironic thing is that JJ was quite good today. That's the ironic part, and he's got injured. Woya would not have allowed for that cross to come in when we conceded. And Ndidi is our only hope, literally. I feel bad because the effort was there, but the quality to see out the game was not there as usual. Sideshow Bob can honestly fuck himself. Daniel says VK will be important if you go down, but no need to panic. Wolves will get spanked by Liverpool tomorrow. Get that dodgy kit sponsor off that shit. I mean, you know, why can't we go back to any of these, eh? Let's go back to any of these. I mean, Walkers, maybe not LG, but Alliance and Leicester, Top Stars, King Power, you know, any of them, man. But no, we've got fucking Pac-Man. We've got the Middle Eastern version of Pac-Man, or not the Middle Eastern, the Asian version of Pac-Man. I think Pac-Man is Asian. Ignore me. Get that dodgy kit sponsor off that shit. So cannot continue and not play with the back five. Rude never tries to set us up to be solid. It's a system he believes in, but doesn't work, and he does not change a thing. This is what we do. We give a good effort against the top 6, lose anyway, and then embarrass ourselves in the games we should compete in. Mavididi is too selfish. Woyo is a far better player. OAPs versus Young Guns says it all. Marino, a defender, makeshift striker, embarrassing for Leicester. They should change the rules, get half a point if you play well. Yeah, that is, mate. This is how some fans see it. Though they're like, "Well, we played well, so we deserve half. We deserve. Behave." Well done, lads. Back to training in your bitterness, in your Butlins training camp. Gray says we should dupe Wilf so he can play every position. Yeah, if it's Fass and Christensen's fault, they should learn how to be in position. John Blumpkin says harder than ever. Walkers, we literally had some on the pitch today. Yeah, that's true, actually. Well, now that Man City won that ruling against the Prem, maybe King Power can pump more money in as sponsorship again. Good business all round. No signing, no communication, breaking PSR, and have shady sponsors. Top club. Thought you were going to say one of these sponsors like Walkers, or Walkers. Yeah, I mean, it could be that, right? The system works. It was individual errors from VK. Ashman Dan says can't keep sacking managers, need a wage structure that doesn't cripple us. Rudkin looks guilty, and Ray says lather, rinse, repeat. Yeah, listen, everybody. If you are new around here, this is how everything works on Blue Titter Glasses. So we've just done the match day live, the watch along for the last 2 hours. But at the end, we disappear into another fantasy world, and that is the instant match reaction. And you don't even need to change a thing. You don't need to search on YouTube for the new video at all. You literally stay where you are. You get redirected live over to the instant reaction with Luke, with Manny, with Anil, with Duck, Quack. So make sure, stay tuned right where you are. We will take you over there right now. Thank you to everybody joining me. There's 3,300 people watching, 224 of you on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you. We'll see you on the instant reaction in just a second. Bye.